Welcome to the O-Scope Wizard. It is Tuesday. It's an election Tuesday. And even more importantly, it's Band Shirt Tuesday. I have my band shirt on. It's one of my newer 9 Inch Nails shirts. I'm pumped. We are measuring a Nintendo Switch. Woo! I borrowed a Nintendo Switch from one of the junior O-Scope Wizards the other day. It is his Nintendo Switch that he actually purchased with his own money. And we were trying to figure out if the Nintendo Switch uses USB power delivery to charge and power itself. And we actually confirmed that the Nintendo Switch does, in fact, use USB power delivery. But we were having a lot of trouble measuring it. And so today I brought in a little bit of help. Oh no. And we knocked it over. We have a second junior O-Scope Wizard with us today. She is going to help us. Are you going to help us measure USB power delivery? And she said that she would work on drawing an oscilloscope in the background. We were promised an oscilloscope drawing, and she's actually done some of the artwork for the show before, so I'm pretty pumped. Let's get into it. We have my timer. We have my timer right here. We're gonna hit start. Well, that's how long the show is supposed to last, and then there's 5 minutes remaining. She's a huge fan, clearly. She is a huge fan of the show and has seen it 16 one time. Maybe she's watched an episode. I'm not sure. Let's get over to our main scene. The question is, can we capture USB power delivery packets to our Nintendo Switch? I said with our Nintendo Switch. Oh, I can. Yeah, you can hear people upstairs a little bit. So here's my Nintendo Switch. Here is my USB Type-C test fixture that I made. And I want to start here because we were having some trouble getting the data through that fixture. And here is the fixture that I bought. I bought an Adafruit fixture. I wanted it because it has the CC line, so CC1 and CC2. It has the ground, V-bus, the SBV1 and SBV2, and then the regular USB 2.0 D plus and D minus lines. And I wanted to look at these CC lines because the CC lines are the lines that send the USB power delivery packets to and from the power adapter and your device. What that does is it tells your device talks to your power adapter and it says, hey, instead of 5 volts, why don't you give me 10 volts? Why don't you give me 12 volts? Why don't you give me 20 volts? And instead of 500 milliamps, why don't you pump it out to 2 or 3 amps? That allows you to move a lot more current a lot more quickly, meaning that you can charge your devices a lot faster. You can also power, bigger devices. For instance, let's see, I have a laptop here that has some USB-C on the side, and I can use USB-C to power that laptop. And you can be assured that that laptop is not running on 5 volts. So this adapter that I bought from Adafruit breaks out some very important lines. But what I did not realize is some of the, how many times have I said read the data sheet on this show? I don't know, Junior O-Scope Wizard, how many times?
Probably 100.
Probably 100. Probably 100. Yeah, huge fan. Huge fan of the show.
Unless I'm on it.
Unless she's on it. She says she might watch this one since she's on it. Maybe. That's how you have to get people to watch. This is the new YouTube strategy. In order to get viewers, I'll just have them on, and eventually I'll have millions of guests, and so I will have millions of viewers. It is going to be a slow process. But here are some of the words that are pretty important. there are two 5.1K resistors on the CC1 pin to indicate to the upstream port to provide 5 volts and up to 1.5 amps. And what was happening the other day when I was using this little adapter, if I go back, when I was using this little adapter, every time I plugged in the supply, it switched from the high voltage of 15 volts when the power adapter was plugged directly into the Nintendo Switch, and it would drop down to 5 volts. And that was because of these little resistors on the edge. And I actually, let's see if we can zoom in on it, find it. There we go. Those little pads right there, I pulled the resistors off. I pulled the resistors off, so hopefully now we can see the power delivery. Very exciting, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. Let's get back into the main scene. Let's turn on the webcam. What do you say? Okay. Okay. Here's my USB Type-C. If I plug it into my handy meter that I bought off of Amazon, it should tell us whether or not we're in power delivery. And there we go. Look. 15. Look, see? You can see. What does that say? 14.9 volts. So normally USB is 5 volts. But when we're using power delivery, we can have more volts, which is good. So we're charging in power delivery. As soon they did. I don't have my oscilloscope plugged in right now, so it's just picking up noise. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Let's point the camera a little bit more over this way so the folks at home can see us working at our desk. What do you think?
I think that's
cool. Chat's alive. Nobody's there, but that's okay. Me and you can chat. So I'm going to plug this in the way that we had it plugged in on the last show. People can always rewatch it, right? So let's plug this in the way I had it plugged in the last show. Oh my goodness. So while I plug it in, let's talk a little bit about a show that we really like. No spoilers. No spoilers though. No spoilers, right? Baby Yoda dies.
No, he doesn't.
Baby Yoda dies.
No, he doesn't.
What? So we're talking about The Mandalorian. And we enjoy The Mandalorian here at the Oscope Wizard house. In The Mandalorian, in the latest episode of The Mandalorian, which just came out the other day, they have a fight scene. And if you've ever seen The Mandalorian, what does The Mandalorian have on his head?
A helmet.
A helmet. And in the fight scene, one of his opponents punches him in the head so hard that the Mandalorian's head bounces back and knocks out somebody behind him. And what does that guy do?
Punch him again.
He punches him again. He punches him in the Oh my goodness. If you punch somebody with the helmet, that's on you. I think that's on you. Oh my goodness. And then he stabbed him in the nipple. That was unfortunate. That is a bad place to be stabbed. You don't want that. You don't want that. Okay, so look at this. I haven't even plugged in the Nintendo Switch, but you can see that I'm already locked in at 5 volts instead of 15 volts. Can you see that on the camera? There we go. Let's turn off. I'm going to turn off this. There's a light built into this camera, so there we go. 5 volts. And one of my problems that I faced besides those resistors was this little adapter. So I didn't have any true USB Type-C adapters. I had this thing, which goes from a regular old USB 3.1 adapter to Type-C. And these 3.1 adapters, they don't have those fancy CC lines allowing me to communicate with power delivery. So locked at 5 volts. We don't want 5 volts though. We want to see if we can capture the Nintendo Switch's power delivery state. I want to see these power delivery, these CC lines actually do something. With that in mind, I bought a new cable. All right, can you help me out a little bit, Junior O-Scope Wizard? I have a new cable here, right here. This is not any old USB cable. This is a full-on Thunderbolt 3 cable. So let's check it out. All right, you just have to pull it out of the box or the bag.
The bag.
The bag. Here we can see.
Nope. Okay.
I think it's just, yeah. Okay.
Long.
Oh, long.
Long.
Yeah. Well, it's not that long. Would you call that a long cable?
No, but why does it have this thing?
Why does it have that? I don't know.
Why does it have a warning?
Attention, 6-month warranty. I'll tell you what, if your cable dies after 6 months, that ain't good. That ain't a good cable. 6-month warranty. That's not a good. I don't want a warranty card in my cable letting me know that they know that it's probably gonna die. Like letting me know that they know. That's not good. Let's see if we can plug it in.
I would say probably don't tell your people that tell them it will be 100 years.
Tell them it'll be 100 years. You have an infinite warranty on this one. It's a lifetime. Lifetime. Actually, honestly, cables, lifetime warranty, guys. So Thunderbolt 3 cable. So this cable should theoretically be able to send data at 40 gigabits per second. But I'm not as concerned with the data as I am with the actual power delivery. So I'm going to plug one end into my little meter here. Nothing comes on. That's a good sign. That's actually a good sign because I don't want anything to come on until I plug in the other end. Into my Nintendo Switch. I can't English. Do you English, bro? Okay, look. Junior O-Scope Wizard. What does it say?
14.7?
14.7. We're using, it's power delivery, guys. It's power delivery. So now let's see if we can capture the power delivery plug-in event. Do you think we can? Do you want to try to plug in probes? No? No. What are probes? Well, so this thing over here, let's see, let's get this. This is my oscilloscope. And, yep, what you're drawing. And what we're going to do is we're going to plug these two channels into my signals that I want to look at. Because I need to get...
channels?
Yeah, so it's channel 1 and channel 2. And I need to get these signals from this board into that oscilloscope. So let's do that. I'm going to do channel 1 on CC line 1. Man. It did get pretty rounded up. That's what we call when we get out of control right before bedtime. Rounded up. We got pretty rounded up the other day when we were doing some Mandalorian watching.
We were eating candy and it was Halloween. So
it was Halloween over here in the U.S. And so we had, of course, eaten candy by the pound as if it was a grain.
We got so rounded up.
So rounded up. It kind of got out of control. It kind of got out of control,
Even
honestly.
Daddy got rounded.
So I have both signals plugged in to my oscilloscope. Let me bring the oscilloscope over. Yeah, so let's open up the O-scope.
I have the longest marker in the world.
You have the longest marker in the world. I'm going to scooch over my webcam here. Webcam in the corner. Got webcam in the corner. O-scope on the screen. I'm a little bit... I need to change my trigger so that it is normal mode. I don't know if we need to trigger on CC1 or CC2. Channel 2 is CC2 and channel 1 is CC1, if I plugged it in right. Look at that. CC2 is doing stuff, guys. CC2 is doing stuff.
CC2.
If I hit history... Let's go back. Can we capture everything? Can we capture all the events? It does kind of sound like Star Wars. It sounds like R2-D2 maybe almost. So we have the initial turn on right here. So this is where the channel 2 goes from 0 up to 1. What does it go up to? 1.65 volts.
Okay, how are you touching?
It's a touch screen, which is kind of cool. And then we have a burst of data. Look at that. That's data, right? We have two bursts of data. And then we have a picture of a nose scope. Let's see real quick. You know what? We'll save that to the end. What do you say? Can we save that to the end? Well,
and then you step on it with your shirt.
Okay. Let's see if we can get the decoder working. What do you think? Let's hit protocol. And then can you hit where it says decode? Can you turn that to on? Well, it should go. We'll try it again. There we go. There we go. We have the protocol decoder on. Let's get it out of the way. And oh, you know what? We need to display the decode table. Here we are. We did it. We did it. Oh no, my junior O-scope wizard wandered off. That's how excited she is to help. Listen, math is fun. Engineering's cool.
Engineering's cool.
You know, you don't think math is fun?
Math is boring if you're in 2nd grade.
Math unlocks so many different potentials for you in life.
I know. That's what you need to learn math.
I know. We got to learn it.
I don't really want to just learn certain number problems that they give me.
Right. That's true. Okay. Well, let's see. We got I want this history out of the way. So let's scooch the history out of the way.
I see history.
Here we are. We have our data frame. So it is actually sending messages back and forth with between the Raspberry Pi, between the Nintendo Switch and the power adapter. So that's good. Goes back to low power mode. We have another control message. We have low power mode. Back to a data frame where it would be telling the oscilloscope, how much current I can accept and what voltage I want. Now let's go to the next capture here in our history mode. It's really handy that I have a history mode in the scope so I can bounce around. And so then we have my second capture.
Yay.
Yay! More data frames.
What's data?
Well, let's see. This data message, can I show details? This data message is some kind of information between the power adapter and the Nintendo Switch.
Are they talking?
They are talking back and forth along this little line to tell the Nintendo Switch, or the Nintendo Switch is actually telling the power adapter, hey, instead of 5 volts, why don't you send me 15 volts?
And that's
why it says 14.8. Which is pretty close to 15. I think it'll stay like that. I wish I knew what that data meant. I wonder if there's a way to decode the data into regular speech instead of hex. Let's see. Instead of hex, got signed.
It won't work. Well, it works.
We'll go back to hex. Real quick, let's go in here and see if we can turn on a decode layer. Did we do bits?
Okay, Daddy.
It's stuck.
It's stuck.
That's okay. That's not a big deal.
That's
not a big deal.
Is the Nintendo Switch
Nintendo Switch, it's not broken. It's not broken. All right, we got everything set up. So we are looking at the captures here. Let's go to the next index here. So we were at -2, -1, 0.
0, 9, 18.
So this is the last one we captured because this was the last. What now?
Poop.
Poop. Poop. This is a family show, Junior Oscilloscope Wizard.
Poop.
Oh my goodness, you're not even on the camera.
Poop.
Okay, so on the last one, the two things have managed to negotiate everything, and we've sent out some control frames, and we're good. We're doing good work.
Figured out math. Hooray!
No more data. No more data.
He's figured out math. Hooray!
What do we think? What do we think? I think I'm going to turn this off real quick, because I mostly just want to see the data. Can I do anything else?
Hooray! Look at our new scope.
I think that's what I can do with this guy right here. Okay. The other thing that I want to do now
advertise O-scopes.
that we have seen everybody needs an O-scope. Come on. Is I want to check out a different power adapter. So that was the Nintendo power adapter. Let's check out.
Blomblindo.
Let's go back over here. Hold on. I need to
opening up.
There we go.
Doing a surprise open.
Okay. An unboxing right here.
Yay! Okay, why does it keep sending us cards?
It is a
thingy.
Another adapter. This is whoa! Oh my goodness!
5 minutes remaining. Do we need to get some?
So what is this? What is this? It's a power adapter for. This is a MacBook.
Whoa.
A MacBook power adapter that I bought off of Amazon, and it came with a USB-C cable. It's very long. The cable's now that's a long cable, but it's not a Thunderbolt cable. It's specifically for power, so it wouldn't be able to transmit, or I suspect it couldn't transmit data. Let's see if this will work. What do you think?
Yeah, they never started with another one.
Let's do 5 minutes left, and let's see if we can get this thing going. So we need to do some different packing up. So let's get our boxes out of the way.
And add another thing.
Yeah.
Why do I have
And
so many cords?
why do I have so many cords? I am fascinated with cords and cables. Whoa, I can get a $10 gift card by just leaving a review. We're about to see how good this thing works, so we could leave a review, a very honest review, honest reviews of where we actually try to do this stuff.
Do not get a not true review and then give us a broken card.
I'm going to unplug.
Because we've had.
So we've unplugged the power adapter. Today we were using the generic power adapter, which was working just fine. This was a generic power adapter purchased off of Amazon. We are going to try this fancy USB Type-C power adapter that would be for a MacBook. Let's plug it in. And
some air conditioning in here. Yeah.
Well, I guess
It's always stuffy in here.
It is a little stuffy in here. It's because we're in the techno layer.
And if that was...
Well, I renamed it the techno layer because remember we didn't want to say it was the man cave. Because you come into it, and are you a man? No. Techno layer.
It's techno layer. We got controls.
All right, here we are. We plugged it in, and
it says zero.
Wait a second. We plugged it in. We plugged it in. Did it work?
No.
Wah, wah. Oh my goodness. This did not work.
I just said, and it's zero.
And it's zero. Uh-oh.
Boring.
That's not very impressive, is it?
No.
That's blank. Okay, well, do you think they would give me a $10 review for a bad review? 1 star. Did not turn on. I wonder if I plug it. Do you think if we plug it straight into the Nintendo Switch, it'll work?
Yeah.
Let's just try. Let's try real quick.
And then it just says, "Whoa!"
Might have to buy the other O-Scope Wizard a Nintendo Switch if this doesn't work. All right. Well, that worked. It's charging now. I wonder why it wouldn't work through our adapter. Let's see if it'll work. Will it work through our meter? Get all that. We can see what voltage this is charging at. Okay, so we plug the meter in. Meter plugged in. 9 volts. 9 volts. So the last one chose. What was the last one? The Nintendo Switch power adapter chose. How many volts? How many was it before 9? Remember?
Can you see my hand?
Oh, your hand's right in the way. The people can't see the number. So it's 9 volts there.
Look at.
Whoa, that's too close. But we can't see the power delivery. Okay, let's try again. So let's.
This involves
this right here, plugged in, adapter. Without the, we're doing it without the meter. And oh, it did talk. Here we go. That talked. Let's stop it. And we should be able to see if we hit history. Okay, yeah, there we go. We got well, trash. Look out now, you're right. literally tens of people. Your grandmother's gonna see that. All of them. Okay, so there we go. It did transmit. So now it is negotiating down to 9 volts. That's pretty cool. Let's see if we can get it. Hold on, I didn't even have the scope on. I just realized. Let's turn off the webcam. And there's the scope. So you can see the whoa! You can see the transmission between the Switch and the Mac adapter purchased off of Amazon. So, what did you draw in the background for us as we mix genres of tech shows and Bob Ross? What can you show us the picture? Oh, come over here. You can show it right up here. Let's put it close to the screen. Well, maybe not that close. Ultimate close up. Let's see. Can we see it? Will it focus? It might focus.
Or it might just be.
Hold on. I think we can get it to focus. There we go.
Okay.
Custom picture. Custom picture of
The O-Scope.
the O-Scope. Cool. Man, so do you know all the nerds in the world?
Daddy.
I don't know all the nerds in the world, and I'd love to meet them. So please share this with a nerd in your life, and join me for the next O-Scope Wizard.
And be nerdy.
On Baby Friday. Bye.
And be